So Addymestic,
I don't think it's awful. Addymestic has the type of playstyle where he uses a lot of nairs and stuff, and he could definitely utilize it just as much as Dobrein.
This is very true, and Addymestic staying on that golden Bodvar goes right into game 1 of this grand finals match. Dobrein sticking with the Vraxx, oddly enough. I don't remember this having too much success against Addymestic, and Addymestic goes in for that dive kick, gets the scoop as well. Tries to get some damage onto Dobrein, and Dobrein playing around with that lance, not going for any N6 spam that we saw before, as multiple nairs connect, and Addy is kind of struggling to get anything on to Dobrein so far.
Yeah, but Dob's not really getting the amount of damage Addy's getting. Like, Addy actually has a damage lead, even though he's hit less overall moves.
Ooh, Dobrein.
Dobrein actually about to die here. Addy messes up his edge guard.
Yeah, that's
Probably
huge.
could have killed Dobby there.
And Dobrein tosses the bomb off the side of the stage, tries to go for a sider, but gets interrupted. Dobrein ground pounds low and actually baits Addymestic beneath the stage. Doesn't get anything off of it. And a down air most likely will end Dobrain's stock. No, another ground pound missed, and Addymestic recovers through the center of the stage.
The Addy so far is winning. He has Dobrein at Dobrein.
Dobrein!
He does find. Gosh darn it, man.
Just think about brains every time you talk about his name. I know you can say Dob, but it's Doe. It's like a brain made out of flesh. Anyways, so Addymestic does take it with that scoop, and it's being really convincing. Like, I was really surprised that Dobrein wanted to continue playing Vraxx against Addymestic, because I thought Addymestic completely was dominant against Dobrain's Vraxx.
Yeah, so far though, Dobrein was doing really good, but
ooh, down six.
Addy doesn't. Addy's like refusing to die, and Dobrein's fishing for these signatures really hard. I swear that's the downfall of him, but he does manage to connect with one of them finally.
They're just so much fun. I think he's
are.
At this point he's willing to trade that fun for winning, which is not a good strategy if you want to win. But regardless, Vraxx signatures are quite crazy. And a down air comes out from Addymestic as Dobrein messes around with that lance a little bit more. Down air comes out. Sideline some GCEU003. That's a combo that I've seen Dobrein really like. And he's connected it almost every time he's gone for it.
Runs into the neutral light there. But so far, staying pretty even. Gets hit by the side sig. Deals quite a bit of damage.
Another side sig smashes Dobrein off the stage. Addymestic doing a great job of being able to read those, just getting him with the top part of that hitbox. He tries to jump over it. Dobrein down his stock once again as a sider comes out from Addymestic. Puts a little bit of damage onto Dobrein. Misses that sider opportunity. Tries to go for an air instead, and Dobrein looking like he's going to be able to end the stock and even end up with another down sig.
Okay. 2 down sig kills this game. Dobrein gonna stick with the guns for even more. We'll see.
Comes out. Nair comes out as well as Dobrain's just chasing Addymestic as he jumps over his head, but he's not being able to get too many of these nairs to land as Addymestic tries to get one more side air. Both players kind of trading rather evenly. Side air clips Addymestic as he tries to get in with a down air or something. The likely lights down air comes in. Another down air as Dobrein jumps right into it, forced to recover low through the center of the stage. Addymestic goes for a falling side air, doesn't connect, but Dobrain's nearing red and nearing his stock for this first game as a side sig disarms him.
Yeah, Dob's not really finding any success at all this stock. He's just been getting completely bodied. Addy is... I'll talk about it more after the game, but his sword play is completely dominating Dobrein's gun. So what's happening a lot, though, is that Dobrein's guns are getting really predictable, and Addy is just completely taking advantage of that. The biggest thing I saw was the very... he started getting really predictable with fall down stairs, and Addy would just dodge in so that when his dodge was over, he was on the inside of Dobrein, where the side air didn't reach him, and he would just downlight combo from there. And he hit that at least 3 times that game. And just Addy was just really patient, and just Dobrein didn't play slow enough to be able to win it. Dobrein's super capable of sweeping Addy, I feel like, but he needs to find the patience to do so. I feel like he's trying to play more for hype than for a win right now.
And now Dobrein, playing with the spear, actually does a crazy string on Addymestic as he carries him around Twilight Grove. Sidelight comes in, tries to go for a dodge in there into a recovery. Wow, so Addymestic brought to the orange, drops his hammer. Dobrein doing crazy work with the spear right now as Addymestic reads a dodge, gets a nice end light, tries to go for a second end light, and Dobrein tosses the mine past Addymestic. Side air comes out, goes for a falling side air with a hammer and a scoop. Will put Dobrein further into the orange. Addymestic quickly making up that lead that he lost, but really great opening string from Dobrein.
Yeah, but he's just losing it all. Like, it's so weird watching Addy just completely outmatch Dobrein.
But that down sig into recovery puts Addymestic behind as Dobrein lands a Sarah with the spear. Tries to pick up the guns. Definitely not what he's been too successful with so far, but that ground pound puts Addymestic in a position to get a side air. Dobrein looking to find a side air of his own, but either player could kill each other right now, and that is going to be huge. That side air disarms him, sense of flying. Another side air will definitely kill, and Dobrein going for that falling Sarah doesn't quite work out. Addymestic goes for the scoop. Nair, nothing connects, and both players are at kill percent. The side air will do it.
Side air from the hammer will kill a lot earlier than a side air from a gun, so Dobrein does end up losing out.
Whoa.
Almost neutral air, or yeah, almost neutralites him into the bomb.
Jeez, the side air puts him to the island. Dobrein is getting so unlucky with these island hits, because if any of those hits hit on a regular stage, Shipwreck, Mammoth, whatever, he would have died. But the island saved Addymestic twice there, and Dobrein took a little bit more damage than I think he needed to.
So Dobrein's gonna go ahead and pick a spear up. Over the guns, actually. Dodging into that. Not finding any more success with the spear, though. And, you know, it looks like he's trying to slow himself down. I think he's seeing the same thing I am, but it's not actually working. Addy's adjusting, or he was adjusting. Hopefully Addy continues to play as solid as he was, because he is getting beat up a little bit right now.
Yeah, Dobrein going for those ground pounds now. Gets the recovery, kills him at the top, and he's only in the orange. Definitely kill percent for Ada, but Dobrein's got control over this neutral game now. Bomb goes high, no weapon spawning in Addy's favor, but he gets that neutral light. Goes up for the weapon, finds the hammer. This is his opportunity to kill here as he goes for that ground pound. Chases in for the down air. Dobrein gets that side light, the side air into neutral air, however, and using that island to his advantage. Gosh, Addymestic is getting wrecked by the spear knack right now. Goes for that end sig. He's being desperate.
Yeah, Dobrein is being super precise with his moves. This is the Dobrein that I fell in love with. He's not throwing anything out unless it'll hit.
And then that falling Sarah from the platform rather than the actual main stage definitely caught
Addymestic off guard. That stock where he went from even at white 2 to 2 stocks to deep red and 2 stocks winning. So he killed 2 stocks, full stocks from Addymestic in that one stock without even losing it. So Dobrein completely dominating those last 2 stocks and really showing what he's capable of. The question is he going to be able to pull that off for another 5 games that he needs to sweep the rest of the sets?
Addymestic saying, what map did we play first game? Thunder. He's banned out. And he says, let's go to Mammoth.
Okay. So we're headed to Mammoth. I'm pretty sure Dobrein's lost every single time they've played on Mammoth so far.
I'm not quite sure myself, but yeah, when it comes to maps like Mammoth Fortress and Thunderguard, which are usually places that Dobrein likes to go to, he's been rather dominant on them. And Dobrein, picking the Ada, inches forward, Addymestic finds the first weapon, which is kind of a big deal. Dobrein picks up the gun, side light comes out from Addy, no side air follow-up, and Dobrein gets a Nair into recovery into another Nair! Addymestic gets a lot of damage onto him very early on.
Yeah, a decent amount of damage, but that won't quite kill at white. Maybe if he was yellow, it would have been a kill. But yeah, he picks the spear up, gets a downlight combo, doing a ton of damage to Addy. And Addy's not returning it. Dob just hits a down sig, and Addy's in kill percent. Ground pound.
Ground pound sends Addymestic flying, goes for another ground pound. Addymestic is kind of struggling to find his footing here. Gets a dive kick, however, into a recovery, but that pogo stick will definitely do it. No! Excellent downer to be able to get his jumps back as he clips the edge of Mammoth Fortress, gets his way back underneath the stage, and mine goes onto the ground as Addymestic is carrying Dobrein around with his unarmed. It was looking like he was really behind, and all of a sudden Dobrein is putting himself into a position to almost lose his stock here. So Addymestic is not even opting for a weapon. He's literally just beating the crap out of Dobrein with his fists.
Well, like, the reason that worked was that Addy wasn't just, like, choosing to go unarmed. He was looking for a weapon, and when Dobrein attempted to... Oh, man! That was cool and intentional. But what I was saying was that Dobrein knew Addy was looking for a weapon, and Addy used that to his advantage, and he would switch between going for a weapon and going unarmed. And it made it really difficult to read him. He got a huge amount of unarmed damage because of it.
Dobrein gets that side level, misses the Sair as Addymestic got a little bit more damage on with his Nair. Goes in for that reverse stop, doesn't quite connect, and Addymestic takes a weapon toss to the face, but that Sair connecting into another Sair, reading Dobrein's way towards him into a scoop. Oh gosh, Dobrein cannot be taking these hammer moves on Ada of all legends as the neutral light comes out. He tries to get some damage on Addymestic himself, is getting some, but the side sig will disarm him, sends him flying. Addymestic ready to take Dobrein's stock here as he tries to take the lead 2-1. Dobrein waits patiently for him to approach, picks up a weapon. Addymestic gets that D-Light Sair, that's it.
The downlight Sair connects Addy with the massive lead here. He's looking to take the series 2-1 now. With a fairly decent lead, but Dobrein will never go lightly.
Yeah, this is definitely true as Dobrein gets hit by that sidelight, but Addymestic looks like he's got control over this, and he's going to continue, like you said, very dominant on Mammoth Fortress, and it's looking that way as Dobrein gets that D-Light side air. Addymestic just dodges over that end light, however, waits out that D-Sig, doesn't punish, but finds a sidelight instead, and Dobrein's being brought closer into the orange and closer to his last stock death. But that down sig will catch that landing, and Dobrein actually evens it up and has the opportunity to take this game.
Yeah, he is in orange already, so that Nair will put him into... 2 Nairs will definitely put him into kill percent. Dob will die to a lot right now. Dob, whatever. Ugh. Dobrein's gonna have to play near perfect.
Sidelight comes out, Dobrein, so that side air puts him into the yellow, but Dobrein is at kill percent essentially as he goes in for a D-Light, but that's a good way to put on damage. Endlight into chase dodge, D-Light side air. Addymestic barely gets out of the way of that side sig, as that would have actually been devastating as Dobrein tries to get a side air. Addymestic struggling to find any moves.
Oh, that was so bad. Dobrein just going for the drop down ground pound. Such an easy just dodge up and then down air. Take the game away.
Reminiscent of how
really good too.
How he Z'd on that one match to send him to losers.
That wasn't so much a Z though.
Like, I know, but it was reminiscent. Like when he just put out that ground pound randomly to easily get punished.
Yeah.
Those ground pounds have definitely been the death of him one way or another.
Not the best option to go for in that situation.
So this is tournament game for Dobrein. If he loses one more match in this best of 5, it's done. He needs to win 2 more to reset, so that he'll have an opportunity to find another best of 5. But if Addymestic can pull off this game, that ends Dobrein's tournament. He gets second place and he loses his
win streak will just go down the toilet. Yeah. Dobrein, I've never seen someone just put up such a match versus him. Like Addy is really just showing that he is better. Like I don't know if he's a better all-around player, but Addy's playstyle is just destroying Dobrein.
Dobrein got hit by that bomb right away, and that's not a good way to start it off on Ada especially, and has the guns in hand, goes in for an N-Air, gets 2 N-Airs actually, he evens up the damage quite quickly, and he's just using these gun aerials to put as much damage on the Addymestic as possible. Addymestic struggling to land on Twilight Grove and picks up the sword. Multiple Nairs coming out. Jeez, Dobrein is just covering. Addymestic keeps trying to enter in from the air and it's not working, but finally gets a combo on the ground, gets that Endlight, second Endlight, puts Dobrein into the red, but Dobrein quickly answers with a Nair. Once again, as Addymestic tries to pick up onto that hammer, lands the Nair himself, tries to get a sider onto Dobrein, but he actually dodges it past as he goes for that side sig. Both players playing around the island. Dobrein is looking like he wants to take this first stock, but Addymestic's not going to give it to him easily. No, he does. Recovery comes out.
It feels like Addy does more damage than other players. Like, because of the... I don't want to say he only goes for high damage moves, but like, you watch other players, and it feels like they hit the same amount of moves, but they don't get nearly as much damage. Addy is, like, whenever he hits a move, it's either a combo starting move, or it's some move that does a ridiculous amount of damage, like sword.
Right, he doesn't really play a hit in one playstyle.
Yeah.
But that downstick is going to confirm Dobrein a 2-stock lead over Addymestic now, as he's taking this incredibly seriously, recognizing that this is potentially the last game that he's got, and feeling very safe on Twilight Grove.
Like perfect for Dob. Dobr's like in kill percent at the start of that, and then Dobrein just sort of comboed him off.
Yeah, very reminiscent of what Baki was able to do against Nala before he ended up getting knocked out of the tournament. Addymestic gets that neutral light off. He's trying to end Dobrein's stock here, but Addymestic's about to get 3-stocked. Chase dodge ground pound comes out, but doesn't work out. Addymestic trying his best to be able to get some sort of stock off of Dobrein there. The neutral air will do it, but he is down an entire stock, almost 2 at this point.
I mean, this was initially looking pretty good for Addy, but Dob, after that second stock, just completely taking control. You cannot sleep versus a player like Dobrein, no matter how good you're doing, you know?
Addymestic tries to go for the dive kick, and that down sig will definitely do it. Down air unarmed not being nearly as good as it used to be, and Addymestic calls him out and says, "Try hard, PogChamp," in the chat. And we're moving on to Game 5 of this best of 5. Dobrein feeling the pressure.
So we might get a bracket reset.
It's very possible, but here's the thing. It's unfortunate because Dobrein lost that game. Addymestic gets to pick the map that he wants to play, and I feel like maps have been such a huge part of this best of 5.
He knows exactly what to do. He's going to Mammoth Fortress. I'm surprised Dobrein didn't ban Mammoth Fortress, to be completely honest.
I just think that there's things that Dobrein is more scared of. I don't think he likes to fight against Addymestic on Thunderguard, and there's another map that he just definitely doesn't want to go to in general.
Alright, well, let's see if Dobrein can break the losing on Mammoth streak, or if Addy's going to get the win like he has the rest of the time. So far, Addy with a massive amount of hammer damage onto Dob.
Oh gosh, and the weapon toss on the sideline as well. Dobrein toss gets in his own unarmed combo, but that downer into neutral air nearly kills Dobrein off the top already as he goes for a GC neutral light sidelight, sends Dobrein off the stage without very few jumps, and he makes it back to the stage, picks up the guns, goes for the neutral light into Nair. Addymestic is looking to take this first stock off Dobrein. It's going to give him closer and closer towards a tournament win. D-Light side air sends Dobrein flying. His dodge is already gone. Will Addymestic get this edge guard? No, he flubs it. That was really weird. I don't feel like it was that hard.
He didn't want to get hit by the gun recovery. So he was trying to avoid that while still getting the ground pound, which is difficult.
Nair kills him up the top. Oh gosh. That neutral sig nearly catching him. If he pivoted that end sig, that would have caught Dobrein's dodge for sure. And the end air comes out. Addymestic sends Dobrein into the deep yellow. Gosh, Mammoth Fortress is such a big benefit for Addy as he gets that Nair, picks up the sword. Dobrein's looking to lose another stock. If there's one side sig, if he can land another one, it'll definitely be the stock. Dobrein gets the recovery. Good. Evens it up 2-2.
Does get the kill. I don't even know what it is about the stage that makes Addy play so good, but he does so good.
Multiple side airs come out.
About to take Dobrein's stock here too.
Third side air as well. Ooh, Dobrein gets that end light, tries to go for a chase dodge. D-Light doesn't work out. Addymestic recovers high. Actually gets that downer into a side air. Addymestic's going to take the stock pretty soon if Dobrein doesn't do something quick, and goes for those scoops. That'll do it.
That downer. And Addy, with a massive lead, Dobrein on his tournament stock, he is about to get second place in this tournament.
D-Light's coming out from Addymestic. He can't take any damage here. Dobrein needs to get a perfect stock and then some if he wants to be able to take this match and not get knocked out. Addymestic gets that Nair. D-Light down air, side air. Addymestic is running with this lead right now as Dobrein lands with a Nair. He's trying to get some sort of combo off. Gets the weapon toss, lands with a Nair. Dare, nothing's connecting. Addymestic goes in for a chase dodge but gets punched by the D-Light Sair. Dobrein goes for a risky bomb trade, doesn't want to go anywhere near it once again, and Addymestic gets that Nair. Dobrein's at kill percent. Side stick comes out, doesn't connect, but Dobrein is not ending the stock, and a scoop interrupts the recovery.
Alright. That might be it. Huge edgeguard chance. This could be the end of the tournament. He hits the dare. Is that enough?
No. Oh no, Addymestic. Weapon toss and a dive kick and a recovery.
Into ground pound.
Okay, Addymestic doesn't have the jumps. Dobrein has to do an unarmed, like a 0 to death. He's giving the chat. He's giving that up.
The side air.
He taunted quite a bit in the first tournament when he was playing Ulgrim because he thought he was funny. But like, oh no, end light comes out. D-Light side air. Dobrein waits out that D-Light. Oh gosh, D-Light side air, weapon toss. Addymestic's in the yellow. Neutral light comes out. Addymestic just has to end the stock, but he's been brought into the orange. Has the mine on the ground. Will he go for the mine trade? Dobrein doesn't want to let it happen. Pushes with the side air. He's got an opportunity to get a recovery kill here. Side light comes out from Addymestic. Nair comes out. Misses the down air. Dobrein is trying to do the impossible as Addymestic.
Oh my goodness.
He's staying on the ledge waiting for his opportunity. No! Goes up for the dare. 2 nairs have landed. He's at kill percent. Recovery comes out. Addymestic. Both players are at kill percent here.
Oh,
doesn't reverse the stare that would have done it. Addymestic is doing multiple dares. Ground pound comes out. Dobrein has the opportunity.
Dope hits the recovery in the brackets reset.
What?
Bracket reset! Holy crap.
Oh.
So does Dob ban Thunderguard? Yeah, he does.
Oh
I guess
man,
especially with Gnash, you don't want to play it.
I was looking forward to a King's Pass pick, but unfortunately, that's not what it's going to be. As we go to Shipwreck, I believe.
I feel like this is the best match, or the best map that Dob could have gotten on for Gnash play. All right, so let's see how the Gnash works out for him.
Bomb toss goes towards Dobrein. Dobrein makes past him as he holds onto the spear. Another bomb trade actually goes off, not in Addymestic's favor, and Dobrein continues to deny weapons from Addymestic as he holds onto these spears.
Yeah, so far he's just doing some pretty standard spear spacing. Addy's really struggling to find an entry into it. Downlight Sair is actually going to be putting Addy into a big edgeguard situation. Dob does not find the Sair. And Addy returns some damage.
Interesting. Oh, comes out from Dobrein and kills
Okay.
him off the top. I'm surprised that actually hit, and Dobrein is actually able to make a quick execute on Addymestic's Bodvar here. Addymestic played most of that first stock without a weapon.
Yeah, Dob did really, really good at weapon starving. That was like textbook stuff right there.
Addymestic hits him with a cider and tries to end the stock as quick as possible. Now that he's got the hammer in hand, he's definitely not afraid to be able to punish Dobrein for it. Actually lands on the stage with that down stick and doesn't get punished for it. And Addymestic is looking to take more damage here now that he hasn't ended the Dobrein stock just quite yet. Sword in hand, will he get the cider? No, Sidestick gets interrupted by a neutral light into a downlight cider. That's a lot of damage to another cider. Addymestic's low on jumps. Dobrein is just
3 ciders in a row. 4 ciders. Can he get the 5th?
drops it. Addymestic is just like, yes, D-Light Cider, my turn to hit you with that move. And
But the dare comes out. This might be it. He hits the ground pound. Dob. Huge lead.
Dobrein. Now a 2-stock lead over Addymestic. Not kidding when he says bringing out the tryhard. Addymestic, however, not showing quite as well as Dobrein hits with that cider. Neutral stick comes out. Dobrein is putting even more damage on the Addymestic here. Hits the back hitbox of that signature, and he's put Addymestic into orange dare. Nair comes out. Dobrein hits him with that side light, and a Nair comes out. Addymestic is struggling to do anything in this match, like anything at all. And Dobrein goes in for that stomp, switches it up, goes for a cider. Neutral light comes from Addymestic, sends him flying. He had so much damage, but gosh, Addymestic has got a mountain to climb if he wants to take this first game.
I mean, at this point, you're just thinking about the next game because there's no way you're going to beat a player like Dobrein. Oh, okay, bringing out. That's the first time we've seen him use that combo. Downlight to recovery. Dob does find the neutral sig to finish it off. And you know what? I think this pick was brilliant. I think that this Gnash pick is going to seal the deal for Dobrein. I don't think there's going to be any more close games if he keeps playing like that on Gnash.
I'll fight you with that one, because I think a large part of that game was Dobrein's excellent ability to deny all sorts of weapons and tools that Addymestic could use. And Shipwreck, it's kind of like one of those things where you can control center stage, you're going to hold on to it as long as you're a decent player. So I want to see whether or not a map change is going to be able to do it for Addymestic, but he just switches to Queen Eye, so it doesn't even matter.
Really? Okay. Interesting. I think he's definitely figured out that Spear has been doing very well for him. And the guns haven't been, so he's experimenting with different spear characters right now. The Gnash gave him really good, but he wants to keep mixing it up. He doesn't want to be put into a situation where Addy's feels too comfortable, like knowing what Dob's gonna do. So this is an interesting pick as well.
He also has the added change of Kataras, which I'm not really used to seeing Dobrein on, so it'll be cool to see how he uses those. Just toss him aside, gets the spear, goes for a D-Light poker stick combo with Dobrein. Hit by an End-Light, responds to that End-Light of his own. Chase dodge, D-Light doesn't connect, but he's winning out on these trades, and a down sig actually hits Addymestic straight in the face.
Yeah, so far it seems like the spear stuff has really been, like, at worst trading even with Addy, you know what I mean? But sometimes he just goes off.
Cider comes out from Addymestic as Dobrein gets another down sig. He's doing a great job. He's not spamming any other signatures from Queen Eye. Well, okay, end sig comes out. Addymestic doesn't punish, and now as I say that, the moves come out. Dobrein goes for that end sig and kills him off the top.
Wow. Okay. So still pretty close. Dobrein does have the 8 defense going on for him this time. So even though he's in deep orange, he's not in kill percent like he was with Ada. Actually drops the downlight combo too.
And the D-Light Cider comes out from Addymestic as he waits out Dobrein's recovery. Goes for that ground pound a little early, and Dobrein makes it back courtesy of the platform of Mammoth Fortress. Weapon toss goes through. Addymestic tries to go for a down sig. First time I've seen him use that move all set. And the sidelight comes out to bring Dobrein further into the red. Neutral light sends him flying, but Queen Nye's got a bit of defense, so it's going to take a little bit longer before he can kill her from that. And a weapon toss into picking it back up again. He's trying to end the stock, but he's just not finding the kill moves.
Yeah, and Dobrein's not getting too much damage in return either, though. If he found the side air, which is pretty big. All right, any more damage is really bad. So Addy does finally get the kill, and that's good. He's about halfway to death right now, percentage-wise, unless Dob gets a crazy like neutral sig. But I feel like Addy won't let that happen.
Yeah, and Dobrein going for that recovery. Addymestic goes for that D-Light, reverses it oddly, and just messes up the follow-up. Nair comes out from Dobrein, and Dobrein's trying to do as much with the guitars as possible. I feel like if Dobrein uses the guitars, that's going to let Addymestic in, because he's mainly like, I've seen Dobrein land a few end lights, but other than that, he's not getting that much damage. And goes for the end state with the spear, and the recovery will kill at the top. Dobrein making quick work of Addymestic stock and finds himself in the orange once again, and that's kind of significant considering Dobrein's on Queen 9.
Yeah, so he's in about the same situation he was last stock. He's just kept this very minor lead and been using it. That was really cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to ignore it. Addymestic goes in for the side sig, Dobrein, side light, down light, neutral sig. Very cool option, and he puts Addymestic closer to kill percent. It looks like he's going to have a 2-stock again over Addymestic here.
Ooh, ground pound there sends Addy to the other side. This is definitely looking like Dob's game, though. Addy's gonna have to pull something out big.
Recovery comes out, Addymestic. Volky's not really finding anything big here, so Branch is using recovery after recovery and ground pound. He's just basically playing as the Crocky helicopter right now. Addymestic tosses the sword aside. Is ready to go for it in the recovery. Nearly kills Addy.
Still doesn't kill. This guy has so much damage.
And weapon toss in Addy's face. Scoop. That'll do it. Addymestic evens it up 1-1, but Addymestic is probably going to be killed by a lot of things.
I mean, well, Addy could hit like an insane sword gimp or something right now. Like off stage, but nah. Dob just goes ahead and hits the ground pound. Gets it.
And that is a 2-0.
And that's a 2-0.
Yeah.
For Dobrein so far.
So we're in an opposite situation from before, where Addymestic had a 2-0 lead, and then Dobrein was able to bring it back. So let's see whether or not that continues.
You know, chat, I have to confirm that Dobrein does not have over 2,000 hours. He
what
only
about
has 1,500.
42,000 hours? According to Crush 999. And this is possibly Addymestic's last game. Knocking Dobrein
Looks
himself
like we're going
into
to
losers.
Kings. Addy actually picking Kings.
Oh no, Addymestic on
What
Jhala.
is this?
Jhala,
And Dobrein goes to Scarlet.
Addymestic played Jhala once last week. He didn't make it very far in that tournament, GCEU003.
Probably because he was playing Jhala, right?
Well, he switched up to Bodvar, but then it was too late. He ended up losing a quick match. I remember that.
Yeah.
He ended up drowning in like losers bracket, top 8. Not drowning, but like definitely not as far as he is today. Dobrein playing that Scarlet now, showcasing his melee legends.
I guess he feels a little content.
Nairs are coming out. Addymestic holding onto the sword, tries to go for a down air, but Dobrein assists him with the recovery. He hasn't gotten hit yet. He's about to 0 to death Addymestic here as he goes in. No, Addymestic gets that D-Light down air. Side air, goes for another side air. Side light connects. Addymestic finally putting some damage onto Dobrein's Scarlet, but that side air will do it. 3 defenses, not a lot of defense.
Yeah. Dobrein figured Addymestic out, and now it's just all over. It took him quite a while, but it looks like these games just aren't even close anymore.
Ooh, that charge down sig actually coming out and punishing Dobrein quite hard. And Addymestic is, despite that explosive first stock, is kind of holding his own here. Gets the side sig, sends him into the King's Pass, tries to go for some follow-up, but Dobrein gets that recovery, tries to chase him with a side air. Doesn't work out in Dobrein. He's hit off the stage by a side air, goes for the ground pound. What was that? He just hugged the wall and fell?
He touched the wall and then dodged back. That was really weird looking though. The animation glitched, I think.
Yeah,
but yeah, 2 dice. But he got Addy to like early orange, so.
Which is
Addy's
essentially near red for the likes of Jhala.
Yeah.
Dobrein.
3 defense is so freaking fragile.
Dobrein charges the weapon toss, doesn't get it off. As the axe in hand, tries to go in for a side light, doesn't connect, and Addymestic gets that weapon toss in the side light. Addymestic, I love how consistent he is as being able to throw his weapon, pick it back up, follow it up with weapon, like with an attack. It's constant, and he always gets those off. Sires are now being thrown up by Addymestic and Dobrein. Gets that stomp into.
What was that?
I don't know.
Oh,
like,
you know what he did? He tried to go for the stomp recovery Sair option.
Oh, I thought he was just trying to pivot. I thought he was just trying to pivot that signature so that he could kill Addymestic earlier.
Oh man, I want to see Dob hit that once this tournament. That's the coolest combo.
But Addymestic actually takes the lead, gets the recovery, kills Dob off the top, taking advantage of that high defense on that attack on that axe. And Addymestic 2-1 over Dobrein right now, but that D-Light recovery will do it, and Dobrein evens up 1-1. This is tournament stock for Addymestic.
Do it for me, Dobrein.
High
Hit the combo.
defense, LOL.
Yeah,
Comes out from
Jhala's high defense, Kappa.
I mean, I corrected myself mid-sentence. What else do you want? Addymestic hits him with that down air.
The Dobe's hitting the damage. He needs one more hit, and then he'll be in percent for the combo.
Sidelight, wow, D-Light into the weapon toss and a continued combo. Addymestic is putting the damage on the Dobrein right here, and gets it down here as well.
Yeah, Addy's going off.
Dobrein Scarlet's throwing off nair after nair. Lance goes down straight into the air, but the side air comes out. Addymestic tries to go for a ground pound. That would have done a lot of knockback into a down air. Here, Addymestic just needs a side air to finish this off.
I think Dobrein wants it too.
Recovery. Down light nair. Okay. Whatever it is.
Come on, Dobrein. I believe in you. Hit the combo.
Oh gosh, Cider comes out, tosses him into the face.
Now. He's just gonna go for the win.
I mean,
he probably should.
Sleeping on Addymestic is kind of scary, considering how close Dobrein was to losing out this tournament, and the Nair actually does it.
He gets hit by the Nair. Okay.
So one game goes to Addymestic, and he has the opportunity to bring this back. So suddenly Dobrein no longer has his 3-0 opportunity, and that Jhala comes out and actually does a lot more work than we were expecting.
Okay. So, Dobrein... I feel like the secret to beating Addymestic was to not play guns. Like, his guns weren't faring well. Addymestic sort of figured Dobrein's guns out.
And it's not even necessarily that Dobrein's guns were terrible. It's just Addymestic is really good at that matchup. Like we saw...
he clearly has a lot of practice against guns. He just did it really good. But yeah, Dobrein, I feel like he knows the spear is really good versus Addymestic. And he was sort of playing around with like a, Scarlet Lance Hammer. So yeah, that would work out. Mostly just for fun, I feel like. But I feel like if he's going to try hard on this game, he's probably going to go back to Gnash or the other character he won with.
The Gnash was the most dominant performance so far.
Yeah, and I feel like Gnash will win every time in this matchup. I feel like Dobrein can't lose with Gnash versus Addymestic. And so he's going to try Teros out, which is actually interesting.
I actually like this a lot.
He did find success with the hammer and the axe.
And that dex stat for Teros doesn't really matter that much because the things that you're getting with axe are typically always going to land no matter what.
Yeah.
So just being able to have that extra... He also has so much attack against the likes of Ada's or Jhala's low defense.
Yeah, Addy will die so fast.
But Addy getting in that axe string right away brings the brain to yellow, almost in the orange, as he gets that recovery hit. Downer definitely confirms it to another downer. He's going to 0 to death the brain here.
Dobrein's struggling.
Oh my gosh, the N-Sig! That's a 20-second stock! Addymestic took Dobrein and murdered him. Like, absolutely, like, Dobrein didn't even have an option there. He goes for a ground pound, and Addymestic is just kind of like, what is this Teros pick? What are you doing here? Downer comes out, doesn't get the Nair follow-up, weapon toss it unarmed. Addymestic showing off this Jhala in a new way as he hits that side air.
Oh! So the weapon throw into pickup, jump, gravity cancel, neutral stick hits Addymestic. But he's just getting the damage returned, and after taking that first stock off, Addy's looking really, really solid.
Nair to Sair. Addymestic sends Dobrein flying. He tries to get back onto the stage, but gosh, this is definitely not what Dobrein is probably expecting to happen. Is if he loses this, that is definitely a tournament match. Like, that's it for both players, and Addymestic gets hit off by a sider. Dobrein trying to stabilize, has control of center stage, goes for that GC N-Sig, and that just gives Addymestic a free punish. Addymestic lets Dobrein back onto the stage, tosses the axe into the air, tries a combo into a down air, doesn't work out. Addymestic goes for that down sig, and Dobrein is looking to try to take a stock off of Addymestic here. And
he finds the ground pound, okay. I mean, Dob can still win this, for sure. He needs to play like really good for this stock though, and so far, the double weapon throw into unarmed combo, getting a decent amount of damage in.
Downers are coming up from Addymestic. Dobrein playing really safe towards the ledge.
Wow, those nairs do a ridiculous amount of damage. Addy's already in kill percent.
It's 8 attack hammer versus 3 defense Jhala. Yes, and 3rd air.
Those nairs
do
30 damage. You can't get hit by that. He's dead already.
Stop N-Sig. Dobrein brought this back almost immediately. All that momentum that Addymestic was bringing out is just lost to 3 nairs and an N-Sig.
Oh my goodness. Okay, if you're playing and you have a lead, and Dobrein is sitting in that shenanigan zone, fishing for nairs, you don't put yourself in the situation where you're gonna get hit by those nairs. Like, go below him, go for like axe stairs or something.
Like that.
You just lost your whole lead, and now Dobrein's
And against a Teros, like, he had to work quite a bit to be able to get that lead against Dobrein. And it paid off, and all of a sudden it was lost to the likes of 3 nairs and an Ensig. D-Light Dare comes out, Addymestic playing with the sword now, being able to put a little bit more damage on the Dobrein here, but that hammer was destructive.
And this could be it. If Dobrein gets this stock, Addymestic is the loser. He is the second place player.
Dobrein goes for that scoop. Has to hammer in hand. Addymestic has the sword, goes for the downer, but he's hit by a nair. That nair puts him into the orange, waiting for Sarah to hit. Gosh, that hammer is basically just like, if it touches you, it's death. Sidelight comes out. Addymestic gets a side light of his own from the sword, holds on to it, tosses aside, goes for the haymaker. That's brutal. Gets hit by the recovery.
The ground pound.
The ground pound barely doesn't clip him. He doesn't jump off, and the sider actually disarms Dobrein. As Dobrein goes low, he's done.
Dob dodged the wrong way.
What?
He killed himself again.
Dobrein, my friend.
He dodged down instead of up.
That's hilarious. This is it. This is game 5.
Match, right?
This is tournament match. This is the 5th
So I
game.
want you guys to turn the hype level up because it's about to get real. Dobrein versus Addymestic, grand finals, last match. Who's gonna take the set?
Right.
Dobrein. Thanks
So-
for asking.
Oh. So Dobrein, we're not sure what he's going to pick here, but that Teros definitely did get roughed up by Addymestic's Jhala as he's showing off some cool extremes here. This is a game 10, technically.
Dude, anyone could win right now. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think Dobrein knows either.
I think the
that's the cool part.
Dobrein's gonna be like massive on deciding who wins this. Like, do you switch to guns now to counter the Jhala? Because guns would probably be good versus Jhala, but then does Addymestic play Jhala? And do your guns even beat Jhala? Because you haven't tested it yet.
Yeah, we don't know. He doesn't.
Like, this is such a hard situation. Like, you can pick any character in the lineup because Dobrein can play all of them, but who does he pick? I don't know the answer. I would pick Gnash if I was him, because I saw success.
Because that was the most success, yeah. But like at this point, I guess the only benefit that Dobrein really gets is he gets to choose the stage, and Shipwreck is it Hattori?
It goes to Hattori.
Whoa.
Versus Jhala? I don't know. I don't know about this. This is like the last one I would expect. I don't feel like this is a good matchup.
3, 2.
All right, let's see how it works. Addymestic's axe has definitely been favorable here, and he finds the first weapons. The spear gets the end light, tries to go for a chase out D-light, doesn't work out, and Addymestic waits for him to land. Ooh, doesn't get that side light, and Dobrein's actually getting a little bit of damage on the Jhala here as he goes in for that down light. Side light, down light, into Nair, doesn't connect, and both players are trading evenly.
Dob has done nothing but hit neutral lights so far this game, and those just aren't doing enough damage to carry him through this game.
Neutral light into down light cider comes out, neutral stick comes out, and that's the cider, easy cider punch, that's stuck. Addymestic took the first stock, he's not even in red yet. Dobrein loses that
Gives
stock
a thumbs up
Addymestic.
before dying.
And that was the
man.
easiest punish of Addymestic's life. That Ensig was trying to read a dodge in for some reason. Maybe he tried to dodge forward for it or GC it. Either way, Dobrein gets a D-Light side air, sends Addymestic flying into the red, but Addymestic actually gets hit by that Ensig. Doesn't die, doesn't even need to use his dodge to save himself, and that recovery doesn't do it either. Addymestic still has his jumps. Dobrein doesn't get the kill. Ground pound will do
He finds the ground pound though. Still, very close game. 2 stocks each. Oh man, this could go either way. Addy finds a neutral air.
Tosses the sword into Addymestic's face. Addymestic goes for that sidelight. D-light comes out. Dobrein playing around with the spear. Tries to go for that light down light. It's not connecting. Both players trading evenly. I just feel like the second that Addymestic gets a hit, it's going to lead into like a combo that leads to orange. Dobrein's getting those
Like
standard
that.
spear things, but like Addymestic, neutral light, down light, cider. Okay, that's what
More
Dobrein's
spear
looking for.
combos. Dob getting a ton of mileage out of those spear combos. Getting traded back though.
Tosses the axe aside. Gets that excellent sidelight to punish the fact that
Finds the
Addymestic wanted that
recovery.
weapon. The
Doesn't
recovery does
kill.
it, but he's not killing. No, the recovery still doesn't kill. Addymestic just trying to land ground pound just to get to the stage desperately. Downlight cider puts Dobrein into the orange. Dobrein on the side of the stage. Will he go for Ensig? No, he doesn't. Goes for a D-light. Gets punished by a downer. Addymestic holding on to the sword. He's trying to get in. And a D-light cider will send Dobrein flying. This is an opportunity for a ledge guard. Dobrein is going to use the recovery. No, ground pound misses, and Addymestic doesn't get the punish.
Beautiful attempts there. Dobrein. Both players are looking for kill moves right now. Dobrein actually finds the recovery though and gets the first kill. This is massive. Addy is on the very last stock of this tournament. How much mileage can Dob get out of this before he loses his stock to Addy?
Goes to the reverse side there. Oh, Addymestic nearly gets down here into the mine. The mine explodes on his own. Tries to go for NC and gives Dobrein an excellent opportunity to get damage. And Addymestic, every hit that lands on Addymestic here is brutal. He's in the orange. NC comes out.
So much damage out of this last stock. He can get Addy the kill percent before dying.
Ooh, that NC comes out. Addymestic doesn't get that falling side air, and he's at kill percent. Dobrein is looking to take this game and continue his win streak. As Addymestic has the axe, goes with the side air. All right, tournament stock, both players.
The kill,
so,
but
what does Addymestic have to do here?
He has to play flawlessly.
Oh, Dobrein snatches the weapon out of his hand. He's trying to go for endlights. He's unfazed by the fact that he's in kill percent. Calls in the horn. He's got the sword. Doesn't land into the down sig. Recovery comes out. He gets that delight there. All right, waits for the end light. Doesn't get him with the end light, but the cider comes out. He's adding more damage. No! Why? Oh, he fell into it. Dobrein.
It's over for you. It's over for you.
He went
that goes to Dobrein.
He went for a charge down.
Oh my gosh.